Let's see what we got here. All right. We are live. Man, it's been too long. Chaos this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos this morning, ladies and gentlemen. But we have some very interesting stuff to talk to you about today. We've had a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot of conversations been had. A lot of different frustrations been had. All kinds of just BS today. But let me tell you what, we're here and we're ready to go. And we're not fazed by a single bit of it. I got a man backstage here that I'm going to bring on. And it just so happens it's his birthday today. He's 29 today. 29 years old. And he's going to be coming out and we're going to be celebrating that with something absolutely incredible, unlike anything you've ever seen before, because this industry's gotten so muddy and we had to figure out a way to clear all the mud, brush it all out, get it all out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring this man on out. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. David Sharp, at his ranch, doing the jog. What's going on, Dave? How you doing this morning?
Bro, I'm fired up. You got me. I'm ready. Hey.
Got you fired up.
Wow, bro. That was a crazy introduction, man. I'm fantastic, my friends. Good to see you, Ryan. It is my birthday here, so yes, 29 feels great, brother. It's never felt so good. I know that I'm gray for 29, but things happen, but I'm grateful. We've got exciting news. We have had some chaos behind the scenes here this morning, specifically with Cloudflare. We will call them out by name. It's Cloudflare. We're trying to take our sales pages live here, and Cloudflare is giving us just issues. And so, Cloudflare, get it together. We don't even know what you do in the whole mix of internet marketing. We just know that you somehow if anybody knows what Cloudflare actually does, let us know in the comments, because we want to get educated on some of that deeper tech. But anyways, our tech guy is having an issue with Cloudflare. So we're going to be launching something as soon as Cloudflare gave us a 0 to 2 hours. It will launch in 0 to 2 hours. So do we know when that 0 time started? Did we get a response back yet? Because we can then track that and at least have a little bit of a window here. We decided to go live anyways because, hey, what the heck? We'll come out and hang out until it basically does go live. Even if we end up just sitting here streaming for, up to an hour and 45 minutes or so. Do we know what that window's looking like?
Something like that. I think we are partially live. We did just go partially live, like the moment we hit go live. So I think some of our problems are slowly resolving here, but it's been nightmares this morning. That's what we had to do. We had to, the Cloudflare gods, we had to go live to mitigate the flare up and solve the problem.
You see how that works, my friend? Sometimes when you just go live and you just do what you kind of put that intention out into the universe. We said, hey, we're just going to go live, even though our pages aren't fully live yet. We're just going to go live. And Ryan, what you're saying is, as soon as we went live, our pages went live.
That's what it appears has happened.
Unbelievable, friends. Sometimes you just got to take a leap of faith. You got to take a risk. And we did that, and it paid off once again. Ryan, congratulations, buddy, because it was really your idea. So I got to give you the credit to just go ahead, and even if we got to come out here and talk shit for an hour and a half before it goes live, but the moment that we hit live, the pages went live, babe.
The moment we
what do you think of that?
The page, at least the page for the new challenge is live.
Okay, well, let's talk about what that new challenge actually is, what it consists of, and why we decided to launch, as you guys know, the Pack and Profit Challenge. Well, the Pack and Profit Challenge is basically our answer to the most asked question that we've had over the past at least 5 years, which is, how do you do what you do? I don't want to learn about all this other stuff. I don't want to learn about affiliate marketing. I don't want to learn about, I definitely don't want to learn about, hawking cheap products from China to people's doorsteps. I don't want ML. We've been there, we've done that. I don't want to pack my information, like knowledge, into products that I can sell, pack once and sell over and over again. And that's not specifically how people have asked the question, right? Because a lot of times they don't even know exactly what we've done. Like, how really have we made? How have I made money for 16 years doing this, being a construction worker, literally just 12 months before I started making real money online? It took me a little bit of time to kind of get into and when I say real money, not my first dollar, but just enough to be able to go full time. I dabbled with this for a while before I went full time back in 2010, 2009, 2010. That's when I was dabbling. But somewhere along the lines, and I had just gotten clean from drugs, heroin specifically. I was an opiate addict. I kind of got caught up in that big opiate epidemic that happened back in those times where there was a lot of pharmaceutical drugs and stuff that were flooding the streets. And God, thank God I wasn't around now with a lot of the fentanyl and stuff that's going on. Praying for those people out there who are still going through that. Addiction affects a lot of people and a lot of families in a lot of different ways. But when I got clean, I slept on my dad's couch for a couple of months. Knocked on his door and asked him to help me save my life. Essentially, he had a 1-bedroom studio apartment that he lived in. He was a construction worker. He specialized in plumbing and tile. He did bathroom and kitchen remodels. And he let me sleep on his couch. I bought a bed to get off the couch, and I put it in the bedroom with him. He had a 1-bedroom studio apartment. It wasn't a 2-bedroom, it wasn't a 3-bedroom house. At that time, he was also drinking. He was a full-blown alcoholic. Well, I had come onto his couch. We're working together. We're doing our thing together. 6 months later, he gets sober. He's still sober to this day. But throughout that process, something interesting happened. I realized that I didn't want to work construction for the rest of my life. That's what happened. Because we're in hot-ass Florida, right? And Ryan, you just came down from New York, and understand the difference. Now, it's miserable up there, but it's a different kind of miserable. Down here, construction, it's summer all year round, baby. And so, yeah, it was hard work. My father understood that. He gave me permission to go after my dreams. My mother did too. She's always been my number one fan. Ironically, I'm sitting here today at as you said, at the ranch. I've got Mandy's here. I've got my mom. I've got my stepdad here, and I've got my father here. All here celebrating my birthday with me today. I mean, that's a gift. Plus the fact that we get to launch this with you all today. But so I started to come online. Of course, first I did affiliate marketing because it is an important part of information marketing and learning how to package knowledge and information. But I also started to take risk of packaging and profiting from my own information. And what did I sell? Well, I sold the last result that I got most of the time. If I had generated 10 or 20 leads in a week from Facebook, man, I was hosting a workshop for $37 that taught people how I just generated 20 or 30 leads on Facebook. And I started to discover the many different ways to package and profit from information. Whether I was selling a workshop like that, of course, we all know courses, the core four, like we've always taught, courses, coaching, events, or doing affiliate marketing. But there's subcategories under each one of those as well. And a lot of people now, because the tech overwhelm has gotten to all of us, we're selling PDFs, we're selling access to Facebook groups, we're selling access, as I said, to workshops, or even access to full-blown training programs that the customer pays in advance for the person to teach. which in my opinion, think about this, my friends. Why did I get addicted to this? I got addicted in in a good way. I got addicted to this business model because I've done a few other jobs in my life. Yeah, I was a high school dropout. Yeah, I was on the streets. Yeah, my life came crashing down. But I did have a couple of other jobs a couple of times throughout that period besides just a construction job with my dad, and they all sucked. They all sucked. And I've also talked to a lot of other business owners, people who have brick and mortar businesses. And I'm going to tell you something, it's very rare that you can just have a brick and mortar business that somebody else runs. Passive business, the best passive investment I've ever made, and I'll just tell you guys straight up, just because it's important to understand what to do with your money once you make it, is really just buying shares in a basic S&P 500 index fund. That's the most passive, probably most intelligent investment I've ever made. And anybody can make that investment. And in my opinion, it's a wonderful thing to do with income that you're making from selling information products. It's a great investment to make. It's a safer investment to make. Those are the type of investments that you should be making once you actually build profit from selling information products. And this is important to talk about because a lot of times this industry is so focused on short-term profits. It's one of the reasons why our industry got overtaken by these resell schemes that happened over the past few years. Ironically, people criticized and started throwing stones at us and other legitimate companies who were participating in those kind of companies. It gave course selling a bad name and a bad feeling. It gave information selling something that I've done and that so many other wonderful information course, coaching program, events, sellers, and creators have done wonderful work in the past. People like Tony Robbins, people like Brendan Burchard, people like Frank Kern, people like Andy Jenkins, RIP, people like Jeff Walker, people like Ryan Dice, people like Jonathan Cronstead, people like Marie Forleo. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. People like Oprah Winfrey. I mean, all of the amazing authors, all of the amazing course creators, all of the amazing, even I would say instructors in college and university. There is pride in this business. There's pride in this industry and selling information and selling knowledge in a way that helps people to get it fast and get a result to solve a problem that they have. It's an admirable career. It's an admirable thing to do. It's a business that you can feel good about. Now, Ryan and I were talking a little bit about what's happening out here on the internet just while we were just trying to pass the time as we were waiting for some of our pages to go. There's a lot of things that you can do on the internet right now. For example, you can go over to TikTok Shop, and that looks very appealing right now, right? It's like, oh, I could go over there and I could sell some products on TikTok. But here's what you really have to do in order to be successful with that. You have to get a whole bunch of products. You have to get people to send you products. And then you have to create some basic manufactured store. Love the product or use the product or whatever, when really it's just a piece of crap. It's a fidget spinner. It's something that you would never normally use in your life. But now you have to put on this deceptive show and pretend like you're using this product or whatever. And most of the time, people are not even going to provide the proper disclaimers to say, this is a dramatization or an ad.
Truth.
Right? So right now, TikTok, for example, went from one of the hottest things that helped to grow our company back in 2020, for example, to a place to where it's like everybody's just lying, trying to hawk cheap products from China. Right? And I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying all the products are bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that if you're making money with it. But I'm saying that when you look out at the internet right now, it's like you have to ask, what are my options? What should I get into, especially if you're looking to get into something new? And the reality is that 16 years ago, selling information was the simplest and easiest and most profitable business that allowed you to also impact people. There was nowhere to hide, right? It's how much effort you put in is usually how much people like you and appreciate you and value your work, and ultimately how much they'll pay you. And it's not even about the amount of time, friends. It's about what result or transformation can you provide. So now let's start thinking about, for you guys, you may have been trying over the years to find your niche, to figure out what do you want to promote, what do you want to get into, what can you get behind, what do you know? Not a product, not something that you hold that gives you your identity, but what do you know already, or what are you passionate about that you know that you could at the very least create free content on? And I want you guys to get out of this mentality that, oh my gosh, I don't want to create content, because very soon, friends, you're going to be able to sit in front of a camera for 5 or 10 minutes, record yourself, and have AI basically deliver any message as your clone or avatar that you want. You're already watching AI videos every day from people that you don't know are AI. So that's coming. So don't even, but if you were just sitting down with somebody, what do you know? What are you passionate about? What do you have some knowledge about? I was sitting down with people doing what I call magic moments at the recent mastermind. And one of the things that I love to do with people is go through, for example, and I wonder if Ryan's on. I sat down with him and we were going through his sales career, because he didn't think he had any credibility. He didn't think he had any knowledge, or he didn't think he had anything that he knew that other people would want to learn from him. And what I found through less than 5 minutes of question asking and investigating and basically digging a little bit deeper is that he managed, tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars, and oversaw this massive department in his company, had grown it, managed all these people, had all of this experience. And so very quickly he realized that not only he had credibility, but he also had something that he could talk about, that he could teach, and that ultimately he could package. But the question is, how do you package it? How do you price it? How do you decide how you're going to deliver it? And ultimately, how do you decide whether you should do affiliate marketing or package your own information product? And that brings us to the big link drop here. Well, we made a brand new challenge, and it's at packandprofit.com, packandprofit.com. And packandprofit.com will take you to the sales page for the Pack and Profit Challenge. And inside of this challenge, over, I believe, 5 lessons, I'm going to take you through the process of understanding how to package your own information. Okay, package your own information, your own knowledge, your own something that you've learned, something that you've picked up. And you can do this as many times as you want, to anything that you want, as often as you want. Price it at different levels. And I'm going to show you how to deliver a different form of information.
David, you dropped out on us, buddy. You disappeared. Or maybe it was me. Maybe I'm the one that's gone and I just can't see him. You just could let me know in the comments which one of us actually disappeared. But he should be popping back in here shortly. And, it's one of the things that's coming up for me as Dave was talking so much, was that just how many people are, selling you this big idea, right? They're selling a big idea, right? But they're not actually making the money from the big idea that they're selling you. They're just making their money from selling their information. Dave, there you are. You came back. I was just sharing. They're telling me that it was you that disappeared. Good. I was just sharing my thoughts on one of the things you had mentioned before, which is how more often than not, you really discover that when you saw somebody selling a course, they're not making their money from doing the thing that they're teaching you how to do. They're making their money from selling information.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Yes.
I'll let you continue
Yes.
where you were.
Yes, and we take a lot of pride in that. We take a lot of pride in eating essentially our own cooking. And so this pack and profit challenge will give you those pieces to be able to begin to both pack it but also profit from it. And there's other ways that you can participate in learning with us. And this will apply. I'm kind of talking to everybody at once. I'm talking to our existing members. I'm talking to our ambassadors, our affiliates, the people who essentially partner with us to share our products and programs out with their audiences. I'm also talking to future customers here, right? So just understand that I'm talking to everybody here, and I want to take you guys through the different brands that we're rolling out, because we're essentially launching 3 new brands here inside of Legendary Marketer. Everything existing, it still is perfectly relevant. It's still perfectly the beautiful thing about us sticking on topic for 8 years now inside of Legendary Marketer, we've never taught anything different. This has been our bread and butter. It's been our expertise. It's been our experience. And I personally have never made money online doing anything other than packaging information. So I want to, I've made some money from building some software early in my career and selling some software and selling some physical products, specifically through one MLM I was a part of. But besides that, almost exclusively information. But there's a couple of different ways that you guys can participate with us. The Pack and Profit Challenge is going to be our introductory challenge, okay? And that's going to be basically our primary challenge. Other challenges that we've had in the past, besides the AI challenge and I believe the confidence challenge, those links now redirect. They will continue. So if, for example, our ambassadors, our affiliates, if you have a 15-day challenge link somewhere out in an email series, that will now just automatically affiliate coded forward to the new Pack and Profit Challenge, okay? So any of those existing links, you don't have to change them. You don't have to do anything. They will automatically forward, still affiliate coded to you, to our new challenge. We did leave our AI challenge and we left our confidence challenge. So if you have those links, if you're one of our affiliates, you can just continue to use those links, or you can promote our Pack and Profit Challenge. And of course, if you have never gone through any of those challenges, basically what they do, our confidence challenge is just that. We found that a lot of our clients just needed to build and boost their confidence because they were just getting on camera and doing a lot of things that they hadn't done before. So that's what that challenge does. Helps people to build their confidence, helps people to detach and sort of shine light on limiting beliefs and big, scary, boogie, monsters in the closet that are not really there, but sort of dominate us from old seeds that were planted sometime throughout our life. So you can find that, you can still take that, and you can still promote that. AI challenge was kind of our way of showing people how to use AI within their business while not being totally dependent on it, but just as a super producer, as a turbo boost to your production. So we integrated some of those pieces into the new Pack and Profit Challenge. So we left the AI challenge just because some people wanted it. We had a lot of sales that were essentially not a lot of new enrollments that were still coming in and still do come into that challenge on a daily basis. So that was our most promoted and taken challenge currently as of before launching Pack and Profit. So we essentially left that for people. And then now the Pack and Profit Challenge. Those will be our three front doors for right now. We will have future lower ticket product launches that will both launch on a regular basis and that our affiliates can participate in. So there'll be an ongoing ability for you guys to be able to earn income, and also to activate or reactivate, if you're one of our affiliate ambassadors, your affiliate 90-day tracking code, which will activate for another 90 days on any customer as long as they've bought something, right? So if they keep buying something every 90 days, then that person will stay cookied to you and nobody else will be able to override them. So for example, if we interview somebody or if we have somebody's face on a testimonial page and they see that person and then they go and get on that person's list and they start following that person, and they buy something from Legendary, if you have already cookied that person, say you're a smaller affiliate, a little guy, you guys can thank Ryan for this because he really went to bat for this piece to make sure this piece was in there. I'm dead serious. I got the screenshots. I can show you. I'm not messing around. It was nobody was trying to take it away, but it was just an oversight to make sure. And it was a great verification and validation that piece was a part of our plan and that it continued to stay a part of our plan. So we're going to do everything that we can to help keep people cookied to you. You should also do the same thing if you're one of our affiliates. Okay. Now, those are just the introductory ways in which we're going to introduce Legendary Marketer to people. We really want people to take one of our challenges, specifically Pack and Profit. And the reason is because Pack and Profit will also introduce people to affiliate marketing. Okay. And we understand that affiliate marketing is a big piece. And by the way, you can just go to packandprofit.com. Let's just change the domain down there. Rye, would you do that so people don't think they need to type in every single part of that HTTPS and everything like that? Let's make it simple for the people. For the people.
I'm on it.
Let's do it for the people, baby.
I'm on it. There we go.
So that's just the front end challenges, and that's just some of the different things that we'll be doing for people in more smaller workshop and low ticket form, because we just want people to be able to have access to new strategies and skills fast. So we'll be doing a lot of that kind of stuff. If you go and look at packandprofit.com, you can see that a lot of things have been taken to the next level, my dear friends. There's one thing about me and there's one thing about our team. We only get better with time. We're like wine. We're like fine wine, okay? The longer we're in the game, the better we get. The more beautiful our stuff looks, the more badass our message is, the more clear. If you look at that design, you look at that page, it's a pleasure to be there. It really is. It's like you're on that sales page for Pack and Profit, and you're like, wow, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a beautiful place. Wow, I really like being here. Whereas some sales pages you go to, and it's kind of like, it's like a dark alley. You just kind of want to get out of there as quick as possible. Not our sales pages. So we'll make sure that everything that we release in the future has unique branding. And that's why I say today we're launching 3 new brands. I've talked about one so far, and obviously a few that exist already. The one new one that I've talked about so far is Pack and Profit. The second way that, and it's a brand new way that our customers can interact with us and engage with us and learn with us, is going to be once you enroll in Pack and Profit, you'll have an opportunity to take Implementation Day. Now, Implementation Day is the second brand and the second opportunity for people to come and work and learn from us live. Now, we've taken our video production, our ability to be able to live stream, to plan workshops, to be able to deliver workshops. We've delivered, I can't tell you how many workshops over the course of our 8-year run here, and our ability to be able to get people fast wins and deliver a lot of information that's actionable to help people get launched has been dialed in and refined through just hundreds and hundreds of workshops. So we're going to take all of that experience and we're going to cram it into implementation day, which is going to be a $500 enrollment. It's something that we feel is a good price point for where we're at in the marketplace right now, and something that we could keep at that price point for many years to come. A lot of you remember our products in the past, blueprints, etc. We kept them at that price point even as inflation increased and went crazy. Everybody else raised their prices. All the other things got more expensive, but our products didn't. And so what we want to do is give people something that's even more reachable to come and do the most important thing that we've found that people need to do. And that's basically let us hold them hostage for a day and basically force feed all of the information that they need in one sitting to be able to get their business off the ground and launched. And this has come with a lot of learning. Like, we've got a lot of feedback. We've got a lot of data of people going, who's gone through courses, who's consumed what. And what we've taken away is that the majority of people who buy courses don't go through them. They don't go through them. So what we're going to do with implementation day is we're going to set a date to where we're going to basically teach you what you need to know to basically get your business off the ground. And obviously we're going to focus on what we've always done, which is showing everything right in front of you, showing you how to build stuff, showing you how to put stuff together, answering all of your questions, making sure that you're clear, and doing it without all of the additional things that we've bonused and given to people in the past. We're sort of shelving a lot of the more heavy, video heavy courses. And the reason is, as much as I love my video heavy courses, and they're there and they're still just as relevant today as they've ever been. But the problem is that people just don't have the time to go through long video courses nowadays, or the willingness to. I'm just not sure. So what we're doing is we're evolving the way we deliver information away from the big, long courses, the big, long video. And I get it. You've probably consumed a lot of regurgitated crap out there who may have left a bad taste in your mouth. Either way, it's more fun when we do it live, at least for me at this point in my career. I mean, I really had to ask myself a while back, do I still want to stay in this game? And my answer was yes, as long as I can have fun doing it. And for me, doing it live and answering people's questions live, I think you're seeing a lot of the big creators, a lot of the big course creators, a lot of the big coaches, a lot of the big, the successful people in this industry. We are having more fun going live. I went live for 5 years. I'm live here with you guys right here today, this morning. And so it also gives us the ability to offer a replay to those who purchase that particular workshop. So you guys can see that, get all the details right there on the sales page. If you enroll in the Pack and Profit Challenge, or if you go into our back office right now, you'll see when that next implementation day date is. Take it, buy it, show up to that workshop. If you absolutely need a different date, then buy the workshop and email us, and we'll give you a future date in the future. I think that's the best way to go about that, right, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the old products are all still going to be available. Just because I see this question coming up, we're not taking away anything that anybody's already purchased. Anything you own, you'll always have forever. Moving forward, we are adjusting, right? We could just as easily, and this was a conversation we had, which was, hey, I mean, people buy the training, they don't go through it. I mean, right? Is that really a fault of ours? And what it boils down to is that, there's no point in us doing this unless people are actually going to get the value and get the benefit out of the product itself. And we could have the best best product in the world inside of a course. And the fact of the matter is people just, like Dave said, they just either don't have the time or they're unwilling to sit and go through a bunch of videos. But we know that when we go live, people come in and they schedule it into the day. They're there and they're ready to go. They're there to learn. They're not listening to videos in the car. They're not listening to them laying in bed at night. Oh my God.
Oh no.
They're because you can't learn like that, right? You can't build skills that way, right? There's a reason that, as much as I love college, there's a reason that they actually bring you into a classroom and make you sit there and listen to somebody at the front of the room, because it works better.
I got one for you. If you want to make passive income, you can't learn passively to get there.
There it is.
Come on. Brother Dave in the house this morning. Can I get an amen? All right. So specifically, the other beautiful thing, let me speak to our affiliates here for a second. What I like to do, I go headphones. This is the only way I learn. Headphones, I'm up. A lot of times I'm walking, I've got a stand-up desk. I'm engaged. I'm sitting too, but I'm fully tuned in, right? So that's the second brand. Here's the beautiful thing that you guys have as affiliate ambassadors. We love you guys so much. You guys are the best. You really are. Our affiliates are just the best, but we're the best too. We treat our affiliates amazing, and we always think about our affiliates. That's one thing that I can say. We always think about you guys. So we've heard the feedback and we've got a solution for you. As Ryan has right here on the page, that's a live link. Do we got that live link back there for affiliates yet?
That link should be live for affiliates. They can get affiliate links directly to that page.
Let's go, my friend. So now you've not only got, and this is all going to come together for you here in a second in such a beautiful way. I hope that you're really tuned in, because if you are right now, this is really gonna click. This is really gonna make sense. How we are going to utilize these different offers, these new brands we're rolling out to make it fun to promote and to learn, and also profitable, and most importantly for clients, effective, right? Effective. So implementation day, we've got Pack and Profit. You can go through that at packandprofit.com. Affiliates, you should have your link inside of the back office. Implementation day, you can go direct to register to that. You've got a countdown timer on that page. Now that page, we're going to heavily promote that page. Obviously, we're going to promote those workshops, both us as a company, and if you're an affiliate and you want to promote, you want to participate in the energy and the momentum to get registered before implementation day, then of course we'll have that urgency or that scarcity's built right in. There's no fake anything. There's no limited copies. There's no any of that kind of crap that you see out people doing that. Because for me, I also said, us at Legendary, look, we're the leaders out here. We gotta, and it's not just us, it's our whole community. We have to be better. We got to be more marketplace, and people want real. They want authentic. They don't want fake. Nobody wants fake. All of the limited copies, the fake scarcity BS, even valuing things at dollar amounts that you've never sold something for. You see that a lot, right? People are like, $2,000 value. It's like, have you ever sold that for $2,000? No. And before I knew better, I've done that in the past, right? I had to grow up. I had to mature in this business. I had to get the right coaching, the right consulting. I had to be in consultation with if you were to know how much I talk to attorneys, lawyers, read things to try to stay up to date, to understand what's going on in this business, in this industry. So implementation day is something that obviously we're going to be talking about it, reminding people leading up to implementation day that The live workshop is coming up, so go get registered. Go get registered. But you as an affiliate have an opportunity to be able to participate in some of that momentum, and you know that that's one of the components of a successful product promotion, right? Is being able to both agitate, open it, maybe stack some bonuses, introduce a time limiter, and close, right? So if you're an affiliate, we've given you something now with a legitimate, authentic, real, but hey, at least keeps people on their toes, time limiter with those elements of a successful launch domination formula product promotion. We've given that to you right there so you guys can participate in that promotion with us, okay? Pack and Profit pays 90% commission to our affiliate. Implementation Day pays 50% commission to our affiliate. And then the final brand that we're launching here, and we'll be rolling that out here more behind the scenes to clients who want even more hands-on attention and who want us to essentially partner with them without the profit sharing, right? For 90 days inside of our partnership program, okay? And that was one of the 3 brands. Perhaps you could pull that picture out of the put those 3 brands on a. I don't have a big slide or anything for anybody, but that was the picture that I dropped in our group last night to kind of show you guys the visuals of those, and of course we'll have a beautiful sales page that will clearly explain what partnership program is for people to be able to make that decision. And a lot of times where we think people will be making that decision is going to be after implementation day, okay? So this is going to be important for you affiliates to kind of listen closely to this next part. And if you're just looking to just learn and sort of stay engaged, and potentially you were somebody who either participated in one of our 90-day coaching programs in the past or 90-day accountability programs in the past, we specifically called that accountability coaching. Or you heard about that, you heard about how impactful that was for people, then you may want to just participate in partnership program, and we'll email you about that and keep you posted. But there's going to be only certain times of the month that we're going to open up enrollment for partnership program. And we're going to call that open enrollment. It's going to happen for the 72 hours after each implementation day, okay? And one of the reasons why we're doing that is because we just really want to keep things low staff here. We want to stay lean, right? We don't want to, one of the things that we're definitely, I think, is a big move for us, and something that we're doing quite differently, is we're kind of removing our advisor team, or our sales team, if you will, and moving more towards a client success manager team who is going to be available to help people enroll in things, answer questions. Perhaps we'll occasionally give you a call to make sure that you've got your registration link for implementation day, or give you a call to see if you have any questions after implementation day about partnership program. But there's not going to be anything more from us in terms of sales calls, and certainly, though we've never been high pressure in any way, shape, or form, we'll of course never do anything like that. But the idea here is to give people a clear promotional calendar, right? And essentially have a clear schedule where and when we're going to be doing our workshops, where and when we're going to be doing our or at least opening enrollment for partnership program. And then when we do masterminds, we'll of course open up just a basic sales page for those where you can buy a ticket, and we'll of course meet you in a city either near you or that you hopefully will travel to.
Coming to a city near you.
So as a client, if you were to do every single thing here with Legendary Marketer, means that you enrolled in our challenge, you took implementation day, you enrolled in partnership program, you'd be spending right around just over $8,000. So out of that, of course, there's a lot of delivery. We're going all in on actually helping and working with people too. Partnership program is more about actually giving people the one-on-one attention that they want. And I believe that a lot of people in this industry right now are selling coaching, but I don't think they're delivering good value to people. I don't think they're coaching people correctly. I don't think they have the correct containers. I don't think they're acting professionally. I don't think they're respecting people's privacy and confidentiality. I think they're treating it, they only care about a testimonial, or they care about just collecting the cash and running. And we have to bring back some sort of a baseline to how to treat clients, a baseline of how to coach people, and really help people to not only understand the nuances of how to help to coach somebody, but just some of the baseline how to deal and treat and respect and just create an environment where somebody can actually grow and can be safe and feel safe to be vulnerable and to actually maybe peel layers of the onion or whatever particular type of coaching you're doing. I don't know. It could be piano coaching. I mean, it could be whatever. But the bottom line is the way in which you deliver that information and those services matters. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. What you'll find a lot of times, especially right now, even more so as we're going more towards AI, a lot of times people, I mean, they will pay for additional friendliness. Maybe companionship's the wrong word, but they will pay to have interaction with somebody that's friendly and kind and to build a relationship. They want more than just a transaction. And they don't want to be treated like a number. Not if they're buying a course, not if they're buying a coaching program, not if they're coming to an event. So I don't know what people expect when they buy a fidget spinner off a TikTok shop. I really don't. And if you buy a undergarment or a workout yoga pants or a pair of shoes, it's different. I'm not talking about that, right? Obviously, that's a different mindset. It's a different business model. But we're talking about selling information. And what we've done over just the past 5 years has been beyond anything that I could have, predicted. And basically, right now we all have an opportunity to make the next 5 years just as freaking profitable or more, way beyond our wildest imagination and dreams, because the scale at which you all are going to be able to both advertising prices right now, it's a great time to get back on Facebook ads. We're going to be teaching this. We're going to be running a lot of Facebook ads. We're going to be retargeting our affiliates traffic. We are going to be retargeting our affiliates traffic with the affiliate cookie not being overridden by ours. Very clear about that.
That means when we run ads, you get paid.
That's right. Now, why would we be willing to do that? Well, because we're also running our own ads. We're also running cold traffic. So we're running our own ads, right? To cold traffic, but the retargeting ads will not override your cookie. It will be an untrackable cookie. So the last person that touched the cookie before that, or the last person that buy within the 90 days will get credit for any additional upsells, or products that somebody decides to take.
Just so you can really see the value in that, right? Real quick, just right. Like if you get somebody to click on your affiliate link, they just view that sales page. That fires a little tracker that's going to tell our retargeting ads to run. that means that you get somebody just to click on that link. Even if they don't even look at the page, our ads are going to start showing to that person. And if they buy from our ads and never see you again, you can still earn a commission on that sale. I just want to emphasize how powerful that small process is as an affiliate.
Yeah. So just to round out that kind of overview of both the three new brands and the services that will be provided with each one, um, the total amount that a client could pay with those three products or services is going to be just over $8,000. It'll pay out a total of just over $2,000. And remember, for our affiliates anyways, you don't have to, we're going to be coaching, providing support systems, teaching people ads, doing workshops all throughout the week for these people. There's a lot of overhead there, affiliate commission getting paid out, and you won't have to deliver any of it. You won't have to deliver any of it. So just kind of keep that in mind. And I think we'll do well. I think people will, the amount of testimonials, the amount of results that we have in this industry, the amount of people that have had transformation continue to, even as we're speaking, guys. The interesting thing about us and Legendary, this is not, we've been working on this all behind the scenes for the past couple of months, and we've not said a word. We're going live today on my birthday, and it's live. It's there. It's not something that's coming. It's already. It's there. You could just start using it, enrolling, buying, promoting, everything now, right? So, and we've been operating and running 4 years, right? It's that's kind of, we've been paying our affiliates. Every I can't remember. I think it's every week. I think we do every week. Every Friday we pay our affiliates. So I mean, this is something that for us, I think one of the things that I've seen a lot happen in our business, in our industry lately, is that you deal with people with hot little shiny things that are either these resell scheme deals. And I don't particularly think these people that are doing these things are bad people. I don't think they're out to try to get anyone or out to try to skid.
Not the best frame to freeze on. There you are. Now I got you back.
I'm back. Yeah. People are just ignorant who do that kind of stuff. They're not bad people. They're just ignorant. I've done it all. I've had to learn over the years. But man, there's a lot of stuff that's going on out in the industry right now. And one of the things that that's really important here at Legendary is that that you have an ability to be able to use these skills and what you're learning here in a transferable way, to be able to package and profit from anything that or even could learn. And that's one of the major takeaways that I want you to realize, is that something may be hard for you right now or have kept you from succeeding, but very, very soon there's going to be some sort of improvement or technology that's going to make that part of your business a lot more easier. For example, one of the things that I mentioned earlier was just the AI video technology that's evolving very quickly. To where essentially, for so many of you, creating content, I hate creating content too. I do not like doing 30-second videos. It takes me 30 seconds to get warmed up. I can't say jack shit in 15 or 30 seconds. And I mean, maybe when I was a 20-year-old kid, I could come up with 1,000 creative ideas every day, or have a bunch of time to scroll through Instagram to find videos to remake. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's I call it the content hamster wheel. So very soon there's going to be an ability for you to be able to, you can already do it right now, but you got to have skills and some good camera equipment to be able to sit down and film yourself for 5 minutes and then be able to create an AI video of yourself that's so damn good people can't even tell. That's very, very close. Right now, the technology is expensive, but very soon that gap's going to close and you're going to look your best on video. You're going to sound your best on video, and you're going to be able to create content unlike you've never been able to do before. And if you get out of the game and quit now, the problem is you're going to come back in and you will be starting over. You're not going to, the learning curve is going to be harder for you then. Instead of really saying, let me not look for the easier thing, let me not look for the schemier or scammier thing. At a certain point in this industry, I've promoted all the garbage, not all the garbage. I never really promoted garbage, but I've promoted it all the different ways. At a certain point, you got to grow yourself up and say, look, if I want to make serious money, I got to act like a serious person, man. I can't be posting the thing that we're not going to be tolerating or teaching inside of this community anymore. Or not that I think we ever did, but I'm damn sure going to be speaking out about it, is you can't post shitty content. You can't be looking like a snake oil salesman or like you're pitching some trying to do the old backdoor, hey, you keep your business options open, but really you're about to pitch me an MLM type vibes. People can sniff that out. So you got to, that's why I like going live. Because it's just like, this is the most authentic version of me. And it's like, I don't even have an opportunity to start getting fake or weird, right? So I say all that just to say that more and more people are quitting every day at this because of small little things, which makes the opportunity even bigger for you. It makes it even bigger for those of you who can lean into this and say, I'm going to take this pack and profit challenge. I'm going to show up to implementation day. If I need extra help, I'll enroll in partnership program, but I'm going to at least start with the challenge, for God's sakes. And I'm going to look at this from a different angle. I'm going to look at this not from the perspective of just, I'm going to try to buy something to resell it, right? If you want to be an affiliate of ours, you want to be an ambassador, you want to share us with your audience, that's fine. But don't get out of that mindset, that biz op, that I'm buying something to resell it, or that quick, I'm going to get a quick, fast win here. I'm going to come in and make some quick money here. Where's the link? How can I start, right? Come into this thing and say, look, I'm going to go at this as if with the same expectations as if I was enrolling into like college, right? Which the good thing about college is it does create a lot of delayed gratification because you know you're not graduating for 4 years, right? The online marketing world makes everybody think that they can make $1 million overnight, right? So I want you to go into this pack and profit challenge with this mindset that it's like, look, I'm going to enroll into this with some delayed gratification thinking. And I'm actually going to, instead of looking for something to promote or to resell or something that's easy, I want to try to actually take the exercises, go through it, try to extract something that I could potentially package of my own, write it out, plan it out, see if I could launch it myself. And if I feel like I need extra help, come to implementation day, or you just want to learn some of the secrets or strategies. On implementation day, some of the things that we do is show you how to set it all up without setting up a funnel, show you how to close sales without setting up a funnel or doing awkward sales calls, how to create content. I share my phone and show you how I create things really, really quick, right? Ryan takes you through a whole AI process of just being more productive in terms of writing copy, pumping out content, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all of the implementation steps. How do we do it? How do we get it done so fast? For example, we just launched 3 new brands here over the course of the last month and a half, right after coming out of our best mastermind ever in Nashville. It's not because we're better or smarter. It's just more efficient, more effective. and basically packaging information in kind of new, different, and more simple ways. So again, big takeaway. Don't quit, guys. I know that the industry feels tainted right now. I know that the industry feels, and I know it feels like it's just one gimmick after the next. I know that you're like, man, I need something easy. But the reality is that what you need to do is you need to put in the work to build a serious business if you want to get serious results. And the Pack and Profit Challenge will show you at least how we've done that. Ryan, what are your thoughts, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I think the point you made about, coming in here just to get a quick win is huge. It's really what it's always been for us and what it hasn't been for everybody else. But people started to think that it was this way for us, was that we were just, come in and you saw the thing. We had a whole bunch of ex-affiliates and ex-customers go and lie about this on a friggin' news report. And they basically said that, it was very clear in the training. They just wanted me to promote the course, even though none of our training, you could backtrack every word, has never even alluded to that. But we still got lumped in with that mess, right? And I think everything would change for so many people in such a drastic way if they were to stop looking at anything they're learning or doing about starting a business online as I'm buying something to resell it. You're learning, and what you're doing is taking information and you're packaging it into something that you can sell over and over and over again after creating it once. That's what the Pack and Profit Challenge is. We create it once and we can sell it over and over again. Implementation Day, we outline it and create it once, and then we can sell it over and over, and we just deliver it once to everybody who purchased it, attended. Masterminds are the same thing, right? We organize an event, we sell tickets, and we deliver it once, right? And that's what this was all about. That's the big idea. The big idea is that we're going to create things that are valuable, that are going to help people, that people want to buy, no matter what niche you're in. And you're going to package that information once, and then you're going to sell it over and over and over and over again. You're not going to come back, and it's not just to resell, somebody else's thing that you just bought. That's not what it's all about. And so I think if a lot of people were to really look at it through that lens, right? Look at it as, what kind of value can I offer? Then it would totally shift the way you approach this entire thing. And it would eliminate the fear that a lot of you have. A lot of you have this fear around not being valuable enough and not being able to put yourself out there. And, even for a lot of you that are trying, right? You're trying and you're doing it and you're posting content, but it's just this cringy ass shit that's like not you, and it's not authentic, right? And because it's all in the frame of mind, and it's all in the way that you are approaching this entire thing. Whereas if you were to just shift that perspective, everything would totally change for you.
And we also want you guys and I believe the algorithms now are demanding this, that you actually have, thank you, babe. You actually have something unique to say, right? That your video was, even if you were remaking somebody else's video, that you remade it in a way that is in some way unique, some way different, right? And that's really the bottom line to kind of all content, is both the algorithm, which is the algorithm is real, and it really does exist, and there are real rules in it, and they really even do scan content to determine if it's duplicate content from other content on the platform. And if it is, they will give credit to the original content creator, meaning that if you have your page monetized or anything, they'll give that money so they know if the algorithm, not talking about people. Some people say the algorithm is people. Okay. It's also specific rules in the code that that transcribes it. If you think ChatGPT works fast, you got no idea. Within microseconds, it scans your video, every word in it, to determine there's a lot going on, man. These platforms got way more money than they know what to do with. The technology is bonkers. And it's so much of it is going to be in your fingertips, all of ours really soon. But the algorithm specifically is asking for unique stuff. People are asking for unique stuff. So anybody right now that's teaching you to be, oh, you could just do what I'm doing, duplicate it, just remake it. You can't. It doesn't work. It's not working. Not only do people see you doing, and the people don't want it, but the algorithm is literally penalizing it. So you have to, even if you're looking at, for example, side hustle videos or whatever kind of videos that you're trying to be inspired by, you need to have your own twist to it. You need to have something that's unique about it. One of my favorite ways to create content right now, and just for short form stuff, is just splicing in other types of funny videos. So it's almost reaction videos. Those are probably some of the best ways to just like use other people's content but be authentic with it. I just want to give you
There we
some
go. We get 'em
examples
back.
cutting out here. Am I back?
You're back. You're
Am I
back.
back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're here.
reaction.
In you go. Just like that. Gone again. Gone with the wind. He'll be back here in a moment here. Must be that Starlink out there. Tell Elon take some of that 500 billion, get more coverage.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're back.
I seem to be cutting in and out here, and I apologize about that. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here. So look, guys, go and check it out. Just go and hop into the Pack and Profit Challenge. There's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of growing, and this community is going to be something that you're going to want to be plugged into. So remember that when you enroll in the Pack and Profit Challenge, you're not just enrolling into the information, you're enrolling into kind of saying, hey, I want to learn in this community. We're going to be going live a lot more. If you guys want more lives like this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read some messages from you today, not just all happy birthdays, but those, of course, are welcome. But any feedback that you have, if you guys want Wake Up Legendary, I certainly don't want to go live and talk to myself only. If you guys would like to be interviewed, if you have other requests for the community, then I would certainly love to hear all of those, because we are great community facilitators. One of the things that I think we're one of the best at is we don't think that we know everything. We don't think that we're the omnipotent, oh, we're the best. And no, we think that we know some stuff. We know enough to be dangerous, and we are experts at what we do. But we also have an incredible community of people here, really smart people, really cool people. I mean, there was more medical professionals, doctors, pharmacists, at this last mastermind. I thought, my God, if I have a health issue, I'm in good company at least. There's just some incredibly smart people, and we've got some just really, really cool people in some unique niches too. A couple of examples of things that we had at this last mastermind. We had a lady who was in the parenting niche, and she was doing good old fashioned, just kind of traditional style discipline, and teaching that. I can't remember the specifics of what she called her course or her philosophy, but more kind of the, just a little bit more traditional, right? Not all of no coddling, not all this millennial crap. But she had made either 20, 30, or $40,000 selling her lower ticket courses, and I talked to her about the fact that she was essentially missing two of the other levers inside of her business, which was repeat business and higher priced products. Those are the three different ways you can make money inside of a business. So we talked about that. We talked about it live in front of people. It was a cool and unique niche. There's people in all kinds of different niches, whether that be travel, whether that be ADD, whether that be relationships, obviously marketing, sales, investing, men's coaching, men's mental health, women's fitness, men's fitness. I mean, the list goes on. If anybody needs a list, I've got a list of 136 niches, and I think we've got them somewhere. But there's no shortage of that. The cool thing is that as you start to look at more of the different topics that you can talk about and teach about, what we're going to teach you is how to also cross promote. Right? So one of the most important strategies that you'll ever learn about marketing and selling information is that you don't have to talk about your particular or whatever you're going to sell. You don't have to talk about that topic 24/7. What often you'll find is, for example, people in the parenting niche would be interested in a cross promotion to something relationship oriented. Or if you tell the right story, even on money making or somehow money, right? Because it's like, hey, do you want to spend more time with your kids? One of the biggest piece of feedback that I get from my parents in this community is that they don't have enough money to buy doulas, they don't have enough money to buy nannies, and they're not able to spend enough time at home with their kids after birth. So I thought that I'd share this, right? Then it's the transition in. That's marketing. That's copywriting. And one of the things that you're going to be hearing a lot from us moving forward is we're teaching you guys how to pack and profit. And again, pack once, profit over and over and over again without additional overhead or manufacturing costs or shipping costs. That's a big deal. Don't miss that. We'll show you guys how to. What was I just talking about before I went into the pack and profit thing? I was just talking about
cross promoting.
Copy. We get to write copy because one that I see. We're going to talk about this a lot on implementation day. You're just going to see this from our live free training. You obviously you've seen us talk about it and teach it in the past, but I think I've not talked about it enough, and it's the power of good copy, learning how to write persuasively. We have this video and audio overload that's happening on the internet right now, so we're seeing a lot of text content, text ads do better than videos, this is the first time this has happened in a really long time. People are actually enjoying reading things because they can get the message more clearly. They don't have the patience to watch the video. So this is a big opportunity for us. Okay, this is happening big time on Instagram with carousel posts that you swipe with the text in the post. It's also happening big time on Facebook right now with text or posts that you can kind of stagger down in the comments. It gets people down in the comments digging, leaving comments just deeper in the thread so they get more engaged with the post. So your main post just ends up being the curiosity driven headline, right? And then the rest of the post is down in the comments. So there's a lot of opportunity right now. Right, copy. Or if you're relying on ChatGPT or AI to write all of your copy for you, I'm telling you something, you're leaving so much money on the table. And that is the missing piece in your business. It is the missing piece in your business. You're wondering what's missing. It's that you can't put together the right words to sell. And when you can put together the right words to sell, you don't have to create a bunch of fluffy crap content. from the hamster wheel. You don't have to keep posting endlessly with crappy content that you don't want to post and people don't want to watch. You can just get to the point. You can deliver your value in a succinct way, and you can give it, and you can understand what they're asking for and getting, and it just, reading words are how we have communicated for centuries. It is how text has, in messages and stories, have gotten passed on. So learning this craft, learning this skill is likely the missing piece for a lot of you guys. So you're going to see, just that was a mini overview, a mini masterclass on copy, just to put your head in the game and understand Instagram, whether that be on, whether that be on Facebook, and even pay attention to, for example, if you want to really understand how important writing words down are, many people don't know and believe that the VSL that I recorded that's over on Pack and Profit, and this is a secret, so I'm glad that we've lost a couple of people here, but we've got them soldiers still on. That was actually recorded on a teleprompter. Doesn't look like it, right? Because I've gotten better at naturally delivering over the years, but every word was, that's not rocket science. That's just using the right words for the job. It's kind of like picking the right tool for the job. You know what I mean? If you go in, if you need a screwdriver and you go in for a hammer, you don't have the right tool. That's the same as not having the right words to sell your product. So if you don't know what you want, the problem with AI is it's not going to give it to you. You have to instruct it. You have to know and give it enough context. And so the other thing that we're going to be teaching you guys, and I'm going to just give you one of my biggest hacks and secrets ever, that's going to just get you using AI in a different and more profound way. And that is that, for example, instead of driving and listening passively to audiobooks or listening to music, or even on your walk, get your headphones on or in your car, pull up your ChatGPT, go to the audio section, have a conversation. Go deep and have a conversation, and know that you can always cut it off at any time. You can just jump right in and cut it off. You don't have to wait for it to answer. So you can have really fast conversations, get to the point, get information really quickly. And even, for example, in terms of if you wanted to pump out an email, or you wanted to pump out a post, a carousel post, you wanted the different blocks of text to put on each slide. You could very quickly, on the way to pick your kids up from school, have a quick conversation with AI in the audio format. Okay, in the audio format. My request for you, my invitation for you guys, is to move a little bit away from this, because this is exhausting. And this slows you down. You guys need to start using AI with voice. These are one of the most used physical tools in my space. I can do a lot of work with my phone and just these, and I don't even need these, but I like these because I can set my phone down. I don't even need to pull it up. I don't even need to hold it. I can set it down. Now I'm walking around, pacing around, which I always do, and I'm having a conversation. What that allows me to do is give the AI a lot more context at the beginning of, instead of doing this, which I'll get lazy and do a smaller prompt. The more context I can give, the better of an answer I'm going to get. And it's going to, as it's talking to you, it's translating everything that it's saying also, or transcribing into the thread. And you can, of course, make sure that you're transcribing all of this in the thread as well. So when I end this call, it's all here. But you can say, now from this conversation, that you have the context clear. which that context for sometimes my initial prompts might be novel, right? Because I sat there and talked at it for 3-4 minutes, giving it all that context. And then it's like, all right, now write the email. Now do the post, the carousel post, right? So my point is that a lot of the things that you guys need can also be done without you even typing anything, right? You're just talking to it and you're getting it to respond to you and then transcribe things in the thread for you. So that level of hyper production is available right now. And who knows what's going to be available next month? Who knows what's going to be available in 2026? I can promise you, here's what I can promise you, that video AI is going to be so good in 2026, you will not be able to know whether it is me or my AI avatar or clone, whatever you want to call it, on video.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because we're already working on it in the background.
And those are the things to really be focused on too when you're driving in the car and doing all those things, right? That's not the time to listen to your training or to go through a training course. That's the time to really be talking to AI. I actually caught my neighbor doing it not that long ago. I was hearing her on the phone with somebody over the fence, and I says, "Oh, that sounds awfully familiar. Sounds like somebody that I know." Sure enough, it was ChatGPT they were talking to, and
yeah,
so
I love it.
This isn't a weird or unusual thing either, right? It's like I get how you first say that, and it's kind of like that's a little bit I don't want somebody to catch me talking to my AI or talking to my phone, but you already talk to your phone, right? You already talk. That's not a normal or an unusual thing, right? And so if you can be in the car talking to AI, having it write you emails, and then all you do, you cap that conversation off. You just say, all right, I want you to save all this stuff. Put all this stuff together, organize it, save it for me. I'm going to come back later when I can use it. And now you've got all your work done, all your stuff that you would have sat there and when you're trying to, and you would have gotten your head and you would have, right, and taken you hours to do nothing. Now it's done on a car ride, on your commute.
Yeah, so I think that the idea here of building a business like this, and especially my idea when I think of this business, I think of freedom, guys. I think of flexibility. I think of the ability to be able to live my life while I'm building the business. I mean, look at what I'm doing here, for God's sakes. I mean, am I still there?
You're still
Am I
here.
here? Am I back?
You're here. You're here.
All right. I know it looks professional, but guys, it's literally just a window seal that I'm on right now. Just a window seal. It's not a stand-up desk. It's literally just a window seal, and the phone is propped up against this coffee pot on the top of my girlfriend's computer. She's being so kind. Do you want that back, babe? No. So, guys, to me, this is about lifestyle. This is about lifestyle. This is about learning to do it on my phone so I can have the tools to be able to do it in my car, so I can go live, and then I can take my live streams or my videos and I can run them through like a product I just started using and loving, Opus Pro. It's an AI video clipper. Just run it through and clip some videos up, and then I don't want to have to be working on every little detail and just grinding and stressing. And I see a lot of people doing that. And my invitation to you here with Pack and Profit Challenge is to understand that the business was never supposed to be like that. I'm not saying that there's not times that we don't have to put in a lot of work, but that work usually should be done in bursts. So if you're launching something, for example, or best example I could give is kind of like what we've done here over the past month. We were kind of working behind the scenes really hard. Ryan probably was working as harder than anybody else, and our developer. But it's not 24/7, 365. We also had a company retreat the month before that for a week, somewhere in a beautiful location. So it's like, remember that this is supposed to be fun, and that this is fun, and that if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Like, you're not doing it right. Whoever you've been following, whatever you've been listening to, like, you're not. And the thing about relatable content nowadays is that everybody's just like, everybody wants to compare their struggles with everybody else. And for me, it's like, man, I'm trying to like live my best life every day. Like, and if I'm not able to live my best life every day, I'm gonna change something about my life, because I want to love my life. And I didn't get into this business and sacrifice and take the risk that I'm taking or took to not love it and have fun, and be able to and say, look, I want to spend more time with the people that I love, doing the things that I want. And so, in the same breath, it's also like, perhaps this could be the start for many of you of some new boundaries, some new decisions that you make about who you're going to allow into this next season of your life. The holidays are coming up. How are you going to spend that time? I know for me, there's been holiday seasons in the past that have set my whole, like, the next couple of years up, right? I worked really hard one year when my son was born. He was born in November, so I stayed home in December and just worked in my garage, right? And just built that first affiliate marketing business blueprint, right? And it was like, yeah, like that's those work spurts, but they're fun, if you can follow through and actually turn them into something. And so, those of you who have been on this journey in launching your business or learning how to launch a business, my hope is that this Pack and Profit Challenge can open up some new aha moments for you to help clarify how to build a real business, a serious business. And I also want to remind everybody that there is nothing out there that is like legendary. We do not pay attention to what other people are doing. We are not looking at what other people are doing and basing what we do based on what other people do. And the only reason why I've talked about the resell thing is because somebody literally accused us of it at one time. And it was actually them who were doing it. And like 10 other companies popped up doing it over the past 2 fucking years. So that's the only reason why I say that. And it's more people tell me about it. I got to grab my teacup. And when I talk to certain people, they can't get me caught up on everything that's going on in the industry. But let me tell you something. It's way too much drama and BS for me to keep up with. Why? Because I'm living my life. If you think that I'm sitting on social media, trying to see what this little buddy and that little buddy is doing over there, man, I don't have time. I want to be off the internet. I'm not trying to be on the internet all the time. I'm trying to be off the internet. But I also am not so dumb as to say, oh, I don't want to still make money from the internet, especially if it allows me to be able to live a lifestyle offline, unlike anything I could do anywhere. Nothing else I could do would allow the same lifestyle. Nothing else. I do not know of anything else that I could do that would allow the same lifestyle for me and the many other people that you see who are making money from selling information, products, courses. And it's damn near every single person who's making a lot of money online. Almost all of them are making their money from exactly what we're teaching inside of the Pack and Profit Challenge. It's not from brick and mortar. It's not from, physical this or physical that. There's a very small percentage of people who are exclusively only making money in these other verticals. Almost everybody else that you see online, they are or have made money or are making money from selling information. And it's only going to get bigger. It's not getting smaller, guys. It's just like AI. People are like, maybe it's just a phase. It's not. It's not a phase. Life is going to forever be changed. It's going to forever be altered. And not just with a chat bot like what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is a chat bot that's now partnering with other companies to take the technology into the next level. But we're going to see AI in the medical field. We're going to see AI away. It's here to stay. And so is selling information, the same way that it's been here to stay. Enjoy it. It was made to be devoured. Devoured. Okay. And we will keep you posted on more live streams, on more things of that nature. For now, we hope to see you inside of Pack and Profit Challenge, but also on the next implementation day and on future live streams that we'll email you about. If you're not a part of our Facebook groups, now's the time to do that as well. Perhaps somebody could help out and post those links inside of the chat for everybody. We've got one legendary marketer group with over 100,000 people. That's our main legendary marketer group here on Facebook. And then we've got one legendary marketer affiliates group that's for our affiliates. It's got about 4,000 people. We like to try to keep conversations separate. Affiliate group is only about being an affiliate for legendary products. Main group is for other and all topics. Okay. So we hope you'll join those groups so we can stay connected. And of course, if you become a Pack and Profit Challenge member, we'll email you. That's how to get on our email list. Become a customer. Okay. Get on our email list by becoming a customer. Take the Pack and Profit Challenge and watch, learn, pay attention to what's going on. This industry is evolving very quickly, and there's a lot of money to be made. So all of you who are on this stream and who hung out with us today for 90 minutes, thank you. Thank you for your patience during the delay and the confusion. I know I said we were going live at today 10 or 11. So we ended up actually going live here today at 11 and then actually launched our Pack and Profit Challenge right after. So everything worked out great. Thank you for everything, Ryan. Your hard work and definitely in your own right, for sure. And so all of our team behind the scenes, thank you for everything that you guys have done to help us to launch this new challenge and these 3 new brands and the services behind them. And I think, Ryan, unless you have anything else, I'm done.
Yeah, I think the only thing I want to say to the group here is that like we mentioned in the beginning, we got some chaos with the tech stuff today. Our IT guys are going crazy. I'm going crazy. We're all going nuts just trying to make it all work. You may, over the next 24 to 48, 72 hours, see some stuff that looks a little ugly or a video that's in the wrong spot or whatever as you're clicking through the back office and looking at your training and all the different stuff that's in there. And just know that we're actively rolling out updates. We've updated pretty much everything that's important for you to be able to get access to it all and for it all to function. So there might be some cosmetic stuff. So just keep that in mind. We're not slacking in that department. We're just rolling out some updates. And so, but otherwise, that's all I got from them. That's all I got for them. So, people are never going to stop learning. People are always going to need to learn, always want to learn. And this Pack and Profit is going to teach you how to really capitalize on that in the best way possible. So.
And I thought what you were going to say too was that we had chaos that happened this morning, and we went live even as I continue to go live even as my screen kind of processes out. But the point is that I thought that you were gonna kind of rehash that, so I'm rehashing it. We did. We went live. Even when we were sitting here at 10:56, just talking about other stuff, there was really nothing that we could do. We told everybody we were going to go live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. There's really nothing that we can do. We wanted the system to be live. We wanted the pages and everything to be live. We were just waiting for Cloudflare or whatever it's called to update, to push it live, basically. And Ryan was like, screw it. I mean, let's just go live. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Let's just go live. It'll launch sometime in the next 0 to 2 hours. And literally the moment, within moments after you press live, and we went live here on Facebook, we had 100 people here within moments, and basically had live pages, and it all worked out. And I think there's a good analogy there about kind of just jumping, and trusting that your parachute's going to work, I guess. It's kind of a little bit of a morbid analogy.
Yeah, it is a little bit rough there. I don't know about that one. I think there's a little more risk mitigation I might do in the other scenario.
I think you guys get the point, right? It's called take the leap of faith, and
yeah,
and that trust fall, right? It's like most of the time, the consequence for whatever the worst that could happen is not even that bad, right? Like for us today, the worst work for 2 hours. And then we would still maybe potentially be sitting here an hour and a half later, whatever, almost 2 hours later. And we're just like, well, guys, I mean, but that didn't happen, thankfully. But even if it did, it would not be the worst thing in the world, because I feel like I still could have went over and used the time wisely.
For sure.
So
Absolutely. And that's what we talked about. We says, I want to go live, but what if it's another hour before this thing's ready? It's like, do we have enough time? Yeah, we can fill the time. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. So we did. And then it all worked out anyway. If we just freaking do it, it just works out. That's the way to go.
Right. It's like within moments that the pages are live, and yeah, I mean, I think the delay, and it's like especially if you're launching something, not that you don't like to be on time, but a small delay. It's sort of like starting an event a little bit fashionably late, right? Just to get people a little bit antsy. But then at a certain point, you got to pull the trigger, right? You got to either go out and start the show, or you got to let people know the show's delayed. So yeah, a little bit of faith in you guys' skill more than anything. What I want to leave you with is that you guys have something inside of you that you don't know is there yet. And our hope is that we can help you to see it and to pull it out of there. Because I didn't either. I didn't know that back when I started this whole process in 2009, I didn't know that I was going to be still talking about it 16 years later. I didn't know that I was going to have people that I would have the honor to be able to mentor, the honor to be able to have as, people who wanted to learn from me, or I'd have the ability to be able to coach people, to make a living from this, to earn actual income, to be able to, to meet people all over the world, to have done events, to overcome my fear of public speaking, and then to take that skill both from live into video and live streaming. And man, I mean, I would have had no idea. I could have never guessed. And so, yeah, all of these, you have something inside of you that you don't know is there, and you have a future in front of you that you have no idea what it is. And you could never guess it. That's the whole thing. Is so many of you, we can be so arrogant to think that we know how good it can get. We really do. We really think. We think we know how good it's going to get, and we have no idea. So you put in the work, and here's my promise. You can hold me to this. If you put in the work, you take the Pack and Profit Challenge, and you want to do this, right? The Pack and Profit Challenge, priced at $25, is reasonable enough for you to dip your toe, go through it, and make a determination whether it's like, yeah, I want to do this or not, right? That's just enough to be serious, but not too much to be like regretful if you end up not wanting to go. But you take that thing and you go in there and do what we say, and be a part of the community, really kind of lock in and say, yeah, I want to do this. I'm gonna follow in the footsteps of not just Dave and all of the clients and the success stories and everybody here at Legendary, but also I look around. I got 2 eyes and 2 ears. I look around at the money that people are making on the internet. It's dumb. It's stupid, right? So that's what we want to do, is help you to pull something out of you that you didn't know was there, and turn both the ending of 2025 but also 2026 into the best year you've ever had. So let's do that. This live in this launch is officially
It's frozen. The live and the launch are frozen.
over, but yet we've just begun, my friends. See ya. I'm just giving my goodbyes. I'm out of here. You guys take care. This live stream's a wrap.
Peace. See you later.
See ya. Bye-bye.